Dr. Lady J here. Welcome to another life coaching session. Now, before I get started, as I put up in the comments, today's life coaching session is not for children. I know some of you may listen sometimes and you may have your little ones in the room, but this life coaching session today is not for children. It's very serious. It's actually a true story. It's something that I wanted to share with you all. It deals with depression, suicide, and someone actually taking their life. So before we actually get into the video, I want to give a shout out to everyone who continues to share the videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And this is the time of year where a lot of people are suffering with suicidal tendencies. They're suffering with depression. They're suffering with anxiety, stress, all kinds of things. And so if you know somebody is going through something, please continue to pass on the video so you can kind of encourage them and help them along. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. There was a story that just came out, and I'm going to be looking down because I'm going to be reading what happened. But there apparently was a gentleman who was so depressed. He was at Disney with his family. He left a very chilling suicide note on his Facebook page, of all places. And he was specifically sending it out to women because he had something that he wanted to say. And after that, he jumped to his death from his hotel room in Disney. So I want to go into reading what he wrote on his Facebook page, and we're going to talk about it. So this is a letter he wrote. He said, "I hate when people leave this earth with so many unanswered questions. So I hope this provides some insight and perspective. This is my wife, Marlena," and he has a picture attached to what he wrote. He has his wife's picture there. She's beautiful. He said, "Yes, you heard me correctly. Most of you don't know this, but we privately married 3.5 years ago. Marlena and I love and adore each other, and our relationship has been amazing up until recently. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, she and I got into a heated argument at home in front of the girls. Tempers were flared and strong words were exchanged. Did I hit, slap, or hurt Marlena in any manner? No, I didn't. Nor did I ever touch the girls. I never have and never will. I love the girls like my own, and they know that, as does everyone else who truly knows me. Unfortunately, Marlena's anger got the best of her that night, and she called the police, which landed me in jail that night. Yes, me, a man who has never hit or harmed anyone in his life. I think it's safe to say that Marlena truly regrets making that call because the events of that night have completely unraveled both of our lives. I am on the brink of losing my job, as I am out on administrative leave until my case is resolved. However, the legal system is extremely flawed, especially against men and fathers. And it's sickening how quickly and easily an innocent man can be thrown in jail based on zero evidence or proof. In fact, take a look at the attached screenshots of Marlena's message to my friend about the matter. She too had no intention on having that night come this far. She knows I would never hurt her or the girls, and she too has been trying to clear my name with little success. Again, the legal system is deeply flawed, to say the least. So here I am, writing my final Facebook post to all of you. I need you all to know that a gentle, kind, loving, and sincerely good man has been destroyed by one unfortunate night. It really is unfortunate because this is not me. This is not something that I ever thought would happen to me. With all of that said, I have truly loved," and listened at his verbiage as he goes on. He says, "I have truly loved educating and leading thousands of students and families as a principal for the last 21 plus years. I have made so many wonderful connections with families over the years, and those who know me closely know how much I cared for my students, staff, and families. Please remember me for all the good I brought to the world of education. To all of my musician friends, thank you. Thank you for performing with me over the past 30 years, we have had a blast performing all over and creating such fond memories together. Music has been a wonderful outlet for me. Listen to his words, has been, as it has allowed me to have a different and creative world outside of my day job as a principal. I am sad to say that last night was my final performance. However, it went very well, and I am proud that my final performance was a success. I have always loved performing, especially during the holiday season. I'm going to miss it dearly. There's so much more I want to say, but I'm going to spend the rest of today, listen to this, reaching out to those closest to me to let them know how much I love them. This is not an ideal way to go out, but at least I get a chance to say some final words to those I love and adore. Take care, everyone. Please, please, please be kind to one another. Treat each other with kindness and grace. There's too much anger in the world, and people need to start treating each other better. What I've shared with you above is a prime example of how anger can really have long-lasting and extremely damaging effects on a person's life. And he wrote under it, R.I.P. Now, the reason I wanted to share this today is because as I'm reading it, there's so many different things going on in here. First of all, you're at Disney with your wife, your children. Well, they're his stepchildren, but apparently he loved them like they were his. And he was in so much pain that he didn't even realize the damage and the pain that he's now leaving upon the girls, the little girls who loved him, his wife, because, you know, all couples go through their ups and downs and their craziness. And the one thing that they will always remember about him, their stepdad, is that he jumped out of the hotel, off of the hotel building, room where he was at, and went on to his death because he couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't take life anymore. He couldn't take being embarrassed. He couldn't deal with being, you know, a principal at a school, and now you have a mugshot and a record. There were things that he couldn't deal with. And he was so depressed, and it got to him so much. And this just happened a few days ago, that this man took his life. And I'm here to talk to you today about depression, to talk about suicide, because we've talked about it over and over and over again. And I cannot stress to you enough that if you are feeling depressed, please reach out and get the help that you need. If you don't want to tell a friend or family, call your doctor. Let your doctor know that you're feeling depressed. Let your doctor know that you're going through something that you really can't handle. Please do not resort to taking your life. There's so much more of life to live. This man wasn't even in his 50s. There's so much more of life to live, everybody. And the reason I'm talking to you and I'm so passionate about it is because I was one of those people. And if you follow me and you follow my story, I actually tried to commit suicide twice. But God still has me here because he knew that I had a purpose. But I just want to say to you today that life is worth living. We're all going to go through stuff. We are all going to go through some crazy stuff in this life, and we're all going to go through things that we thought we would never, ever go through. But I promise you, if you just hang in there, if you just hold on, things will get better. I understand that he had a career. He was a principal for 21 years. He had a job where people loved him. The children loved him. The staff loved him. He had people who loved him. The embarrassment, the shame, of you and your wife getting into an argument. She calls the police thinking the police are just going to come over and, kind of squash the argument. But no, they take them to jail and they lock them up. And I understand the embarrassment and shame of some of the things that we may go through in life. But it should never, ever get you to that point where you just want to commit suicide. And this time of year is a time of year where you hear more about murder suicides. You hear more about people killing themselves. People are depressed. People are angry. People are ashamed. Another thing is this, and he specifically spoke to the women on his Facebook post. They've since taken his page down, so you can't go back and see the post anymore. But he specifically spoke to women because his thing was, ladies, please be careful about what you say. If we're angry with each other, if you're angry with your spouse or your partner, your significant other, hash it out between the two of you. Because as I say every day when I sit in front of the screen, you never know what a person is going through. Even the person that you're married to sometimes, even the person that you're connected to in a relationship, you never know what that person is going through. And you never know how your words and your actions can push someone to the point of no return. And the more I started looking up things about this gentleman, he had never been in trouble, great guy in the community. But a young marriage, they'd only been married for like 3.5 years. And so you go through the ups and downs, in those first few years of marriage. You go through the ups and downs. You got to learn how to go through it, everybody. And be careful with your words. Be careful with your actions. This woman now will have to live the rest of her life knowing that she made one call that changed the trajectory of one person's life, and that person happened to be her husband. And that one call messed him up so much that while on a trip at one of the greatest places in the world, kids love going to Disney. I remember my first time going there. It was a fantasy. But that will forever remain a stain and a mark and an imprint on their brain. And they probably will never want to go back to Disney again. Who knows how she's feeling right now and what she's going through, because I'm pretty sure she's suffering through her own bit of guilt, depression, shame, embarrassment, and all kinds of things. So somebody's going to have to watch out for her. And we definitely have to make sure, hopefully, I'm hoping that somebody is checking in with the children, the small children, to find out what they're thinking and feeling. This whole thing with depression and mental health is no joke. And if you're listening to me, you may not have ever had to deal with it. And as I always say, thank God if you haven't. I have. But if you have ever had to deal with this, and if you're currently going through it right now, please get the help that you need. There's a number, three numbers, 988. You can dial that number if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling suicidal. That's nationwide. It's a nationwide number, 988. There's somebody there 24/7 who can help you to deal with what it is that you're going through. This right here this story made me so sad, because as you look at this person's life, you can see that he's impacted so many lives. And that one little incident caused him to fall off the rail to the point where he couldn't take it anymore. And it was easier to take his life than to go through the journey. Every day when I sit in front of you, I'm encouraging you to take the journey. Go through the journey. The journey sometimes is hard as hell. The journey sometimes is tough. It's rough. Sometimes you have to rebuild from the bottom. I'm talking about the bottom where you're scraping your nails. Sometimes those things happen, but I promise you, if you stay on task, if you stay on the journey, if you remain faithful and hopeful, and you go and get the help that you need, you'll be able to look back on your journey and you'll be able to pat yourself on the back and say, I made it. I did it. I got through. Life is worth living. I don't care what you're going through. Life is worth living. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not. When those voices come in your head telling you life is not worth living, pick that phone up and make sure that you get some help. 988. This did not have to happen. And the fact that it was all planned out, and he actually sat down and he wrote all of his thoughts and feelings out on a Facebook post, is very sad. It's very sad. So listen, I'm encouraging you one more time, and you're going to get sick of hearing me saying it. If you need help, get help. If you are afraid to make that step by yourself, you can always message me and I will connect you to the people that you need to connect with, because a lot of people watch me don't live in Maryland. They're all over. I will help to connect you to the people that you need to be connected to get the help that you need. Let's start cracking down on mental illness, mental health issues, suicide. Let's start cracking down on it, because here's the thing. When you take your life, you also take a piece of other people who love you with you. They die as well. When he took his life, his mother, he took a piece of his mother, his father, his siblings, his children, his wife. He took a piece of all of them with him. They will never, ever be the same. And you always leave people in the background asking themselves, what could I have done to help them? What did I miss? Oh, wow, when they called, I missed their phone call. I didn't respond to the text right away. You start questioning yourself. And so when you decide to take your life, remember as you're doing that you're also taking other people with you. I pray for everyone today who's going through depression, who's dealing with any type of mental health issues, dealing with suicidal tendencies, dealing with stress, anxiety, emotional pain, any type of abuse. My prayers are with you today. Please use that number 988. That is a number that you can call to get help nationwide, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Do not suffer in silence. You don't have to take this journey by yourself. There are people out here like myself who have gone through the journey, have toughed it out, have made it through. And guess what? When you make it through one journey, another journey comes along. It's called life, and we continue different journeys until we go to the grave. And that's why we have to rely and connect on other people as a resource of strength. So my name is Dr. Lady J. I thank you so much for tuning in to this particular coaching session today. I hope that you got something out of it. Most of all, I hope that if you need healing, that you understand that you need to get healing. Please don't ever place yourself in a position like this gentleman did, where he felt like there was no hope, because there are many people mourning his death today, and he will never, ever know about it. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a blessed day. Please do me a favor, make sure that you share this video with everybody, okay? You never know what people are going through. Empower and inspire someone else. Remember, if you need help, get help. That number that you can call is 988. They are there to assist and help you with any type of mental health challenges that you're going through. Everybody have a great day. Be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully a little bit earlier. I've been busy, so hope to get back on it in the morning time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.